why are they coming out to mock at our president that they claim that they have rescued KB school girls? You understand? They have engaged all the strategists, the technocrats, the intelligence just to rescue these people. But at the end of it, they were freed after peace day. Why are we deceiving ourselves in this country?
Hi guys, President announced yesterday that all 38 people that were kidnapped in the Kwara church have regained their freedom. Also that 50 out of the over 300 people kidnapped in Niger have also returned home. There was no mention of any arrests being made, no mention of whether any ransom was paid, no mention of anyone being apprehended and brought to book. This does not cut it. It is just not enough. And
in respect to that, look at this news. This one just happened today. Terrorists mock Tinubu government in video. Insists KB school girls were not rescued but freed after peace day. So what does that tell you? That means allegedly the CAC victim that were rescued, something happened. You understand? Because these people came out to mock our president. That means something happened in that CAC victims that were rescued. Something happened allegedly. So why are they coming out to mock at our president that they claim that they have rescued KB school girls? You understand? They have engaged all the strategists, the technocrats, the intelligence just to rescue these people. But at the end of it, they were freed after peace day. Why are we deceiving ourselves in this country? Why are we deceiving ourselves in this country? There's a problem in this country. There's a big problem in this country. You understand? A big problem in this country. Why are we deceiving ourselves? What is going on? That means these people, our government is unable, you understand, to fight these people to stand still. There's no hope for the ordinary citizens. You understand? That is the problem. That is the problem. How can we manage this kind of situation? How can we cope with this kind of situation whereby the country is being surrounded by these people? I made a video this morning when I saw a picture of a terrorist making video in Ekpoma. And the people in the society, they have been telling the DSS, look at this one, look at the location. They are helping you guys, DSS, to select or to find out this terrorist, to find out this terrorist, but nothing has been done. What they could tell you that they are working, they are doing underground work or whatsoever. Well, that is their own cup of tea. You understand? Now look at this one again, this news again. Tinubu rejects use of mercenaries in Africa conflict at AU-EU summit. He rejected the involvement of private military and security contractors in Africa conflict zones, arguing that their deployment undermines state sovereignty and complicates counter-terrorism efforts. Tinubu represented by Shetima. What's going on? So the only hope that we have as the commoners that we have in this country is either Trump or the mercenaries. You understand? Is either Trump will come and invade this country to settle the issue for us, or the mercenaries. So there's no hope within our military system because nothing is coming out. So right now, you see, instead of us focusing on the branches, you understand, why don't we tackle the root, uproot the problem from the root? That is final elimination. So now we are looking at branches. Looking at branches, we have left the root, which we know that ought to be uprooted. You understand? Look at what is happening. So there's no hope. So where we were looking at initially was these mercenaries to be engaged for them to fight these people. But now, nothing like mercenaries. Tinubu rejected it. So what is our last hope now? Do we still have hope in this country? Do we still have hope in this country? Because the House of Reps, the senators, whatsoever, they have never deliberated on it. They have never hold meetings to say, okay, let's discuss on this insecurity in this country because it is biting so hard. It is biting so hard in our society. They have never. You understand? I saw one recently that Mr. Dogowa was just shouting, crying in the House of Reps. So What is our hope? God, we are in your hands, but we need to do something. So that's why I encourage the internal and the community vigilantes that are being organized all over the country, different states, like in the one in Kebbi State, in the one in Kogi State, River State, some parts, you understand, they are organizing vigilantes. So that is the way, that is the only way we'll be able to fight these people. You understand? See, look at the country that we find ourselves. It's only God that will help us.
Hi guys, President announced yesterday that all 38 people that were kidnapped in the Kwara church have regained their freedom. Also that 50 out of the over 300 people kidnapped in Niger have also returned home. There was no mention of any arrests being made, no mention of whether any ransom was paid, no mention of anyone being apprehended and brought to book. This does not cut it. It is just not enough. And I'm tired of one tweet here, one hashtag there, one post there, complaining on social media. We need to do more. We need to do a lot more. Some people have contacted me about a possible peaceful protest later on in the week. That is always a great avenue. However, this is what I think we can do as a matter of urgency. Every citizen needs to call, text, WhatsApp, email, whatever it is, bombard your reps and senators with messaging. However, for this to be effective, I think we all need to be saying the same thing. If there is one message that they're consistently getting, they would have no choice but to listen. We need to call for a public hearing, for broadcast on live TV, live streamed for anybody anywhere in the world to watch. So many billions and billions being budgeted and released for acquisition of arms and ammunition. But what's happening? Why is the military still ill-equipped? Why are military convoys still being ambushed by these criminals? Why was an army general murdered on video? I've put a template of a message that you can send to your reps, to your senator in the caption. I've also put a link to where you can find contact numbers, email addresses, whatever it is for the reps. It's on the National Assembly website. You can just check for yourself. But I think we need to get to sending these messages immediately. This is a national emergency. We can't continue like this.